convener, the national chairman, Dr. Oke Idawene, for special remarks.
Integrity Group. Integrity Group. Sheriff again. Sheriff again. Sheriff. Tinubu. You cannot call the son without calling the father. Say, I and the father are one. Clergymen, are you here? This one politically, Sheriff and Tinubu are what? Are one. Permit me at this juncture to do the honors of the day. No other person. Rise, Honorable Basil Ghana, former Speaker, current advisor of Delta State, handsome man, gallantly packaged to move the motion for the endorsement of His Excellency the President of Africa, Right Honorable Sheriff Francis Oborevwori, and the Jagaban Tinubu GCFRO President of Nigeria. Sir, have the mic.
Integrity Group cannot but support our President and our dear Governor. In the light of the foregoing, please permit me to move that His Excellency the Governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Oborevwori, and the President and the Commander of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Both of them have performed creditably and therefore be unanimously adopted by this noble group. I beg to move.
I, Honorable Abel Oshebere, member of the Delta State House of Assembly, hereby rise to ably support the motion moved by my brother, the Right Honorable Speaker. I hereby support the motion as moved by him. I do support. Thank you very much.
Mandates. On your mandates we shall stand. On your mandates we shall stand. On your mandates, Sheriff, on your mandates, God, on your mandates we shall stand. We have a motion on ground of Mr. Consequente. Ladies and gentlemen of the Executive of Delta State, today, the 10th day of November 2025, the motion moved by the Honorables Basil Ghana, supported by Honorable Oshebere, if you are in support that our working governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, the man that has turned Delta to a construction site, the street executive governor, and the Jagaban of Africa, GCFRO Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of Nigeria. If you are part of the motion of ground, and then we return 2027 elected, say ayes. Aye. And the ayes.
Honorable Mrs. Cordelia Anyango, member representing Eka in the Sepadek.
Okay. Now, what motivated you into supporting this group, the Integrity Group?
First of all, the name Integrity. Secondly, the man for whose purpose integrity is formed. That's His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Oborevwori. A man that I have worked with, and I know truly is a man of integrity. a man that is zealous for the people, ready to work, a man that, is tagged Utkodo, meaning prosperity for all debtors, enjoyment for all debtors. Integrity Group is not the first to endorse Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori for a second tenure, Tinubu for a second tenure. Other groups have been endorsing them. Integrity Group is reaffirming the endorsement of other groups. That is to say that we are in the right place, we are on course. Because if everybody is saying what they are doing is good, they should continue. If everybody is saying Ukodo is doing well, it should be supported for a second tenure, there's no reason for us not to. He's doing well.
I did say it before the motion proper. I said that governance is not something of overnight. And I gave the example of the former President of the United States of America, Barack Obama. Before he commenced governance as president, he told Americans that the American problem, economic problems, cannot be fixed within 4 years. Because then America was in recession. And he craved their indulgence. He told them that he will require about 8 years to fix the economy. And truly, he didn't disappoint Americans. And that is an advanced country we are talking about. Now, let alone a country like Nigeria. We know that we are still a developing nation. And therefore, Nigerians should be patient with the president. Because as far as I'm concerned, the economic policies that he has put in place, they are quite noble and vibrant. It requires implementation, thorough implementation. And like you know also, before this administration came into being, the exchange rate of dollar to naira is about 2,000 when Buhari was the president. But today, it has fallen down to, dollar has fallen down to about 1,500 and less, even less. That shows that the economic policies are working. If we talk about other sectors of governance, is it aviation and all of that, they are still working gradually. It is slow, but I think that the government is taking place. And presently, the issues of insecurity, as we well know, we are not there yet. Given the impetus of the American government, that the president is doing a lot towards ensuring that terrorism will be, by the grace of God, uprooted soon. So he's working. So what we are saying is that we Nigerians should be patient with the president. And in 8 years, I'm sure that this country will thoroughly transform.
Mrs. Mary Erijo, I'm Executive Assistant to the Governor on Women Development. To God be the glory, this is a very auspicious day. It's a day that the Lord has made, that Integrity Group, where it was inaugurated, where it started from, which is Delta State, before it started going to all other states, have now come formally to endorse the president and the governor of Delta State. I am blessed to be a part of it. I am happy to be a part of this endorsement. And you can see, Integrity Group has gone beyond anybody's imagination and is still going further. And you are seeing what the governor is doing. So there is no reason why everybody, every Deltan, every woman, every girl should not endorse for 2027. Because by 2027, I can tell you for keeps that 2027 there is no vacancy for any other. Let us look at Asaba, the capital that are going on right now. Look at the drainage. In the time past, you will see that Asaba was, anytime it rains, you will see everywhere flooded. But today, it will no longer be the same. Drainages, in fact, the drainage is so deep that you cannot, there's no amount of rain that will fall. That is one. Then the bridges in Warri. Julius Berger has never come to Delta State. Julius Berger is in Delta, building bridges across Delta. In Warri, go to Warri, anybody that, any little child will say, ah, this is where we belong. Look at the bridges. Look at Otowodo. Look at Delta North. Even the 3 senatorial districts, the governor is touching all the districts, so that nobody can have reasons not to say 2027 is no go for any other governor.
Yes, number one, we are Integrity Group of Nigeria, Delta State chapter. Here in Delta, we have experienced massive development in terms of meaningful development, in terms of opportunity for all, in terms of realistic reforms in Delta, and enhanced peace and security. And that is why it gave us the momentum and impetus to say Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, our leader, our governor, deserve a second tenure. If you permit me, if not that is a electoral process, I will say unopposed. But whoever that is coming to contest against Governor Sheriff is wasting his or our time, because he will glide in seamlessly as governor of Delta State from 2020, from now to 2031. He will remain there as a divine mandate, as someone who God has sent to make sure that Delta get it at its best in terms of governance. And I want to appreciate the immediate past governor who made it possible for him to emerge as governor. He saw a bigger picture, he saw a better picture, he saw a brighter future, and he is part of what we are doing. And I want to also say that for endorsing the president reforms. The president came into Nigerian governance as somebody who went to the market to buy rotten tomatoes. And when you buy rotten tomatoes in the market, when you want to boil them, you boil that you start having offensive odor. In rest of offensive odor, to get a fresh tomato for stew, you start sieving. The pains that we underwent we underwent as the reforms are going, still going, is the odor we are perceiving out of the lackluster governance before his emergence as president. But I make bold to say today that the reforms are yielding results. Today, the economy is better, the dollar is getting weaker by the day, and the bag of rice is not cheaper than the way it came, far cheaper than when it came. Even garri is sold now for a small amount of money. And I tell you, the president is also galvanizing security aspect. And like I tell you, he's also trying to work on the alert given to him by the US president to say that the genocide going on, it has been on there, and both Christians and Muslims have been killed. But what we're going to do now today, because we are all human beings, is to ensure that we come for collaboration to support Nigerian governance, to take care of insecurity, and not to castigate us. To this end, we have endorsed the president because he has done well in all aspects of the economy in Nigeria and security-wise. Likewise, my governor, my leader, my boss, the governor of Delta State, who has done marvelous work, this street credibility governor. Thank you all, and we say we will endorse them again and again. And it's now time for us to go to all the HGAs in Delta to ensure that they work for Integrity Group and deliver President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Governor Sheriff Oborevwori for 2027. That's why we gathered here today. The inspiration to be self-sponsored in ensuring that governance is at its best came out of the act of nation building. It's inborn to ensure Nigeria gets better. I have no other country to turn to. I don't have dual citizenship of any other country. That is why I tell people, don't ever abuse the nation. Stand for the country. So what you are seeing in our Delta State, what is making us support the governor with our resources is what he is doing. So we want to ensure that Delta State is better by supporting the governor, and the president is better supporting the president. And we're going to leave Nigeria to West Africa, to Africa internationally. We already have the diaspora also a chapter of this group. So in a nutshell, we are doing this solo because we want humanity to be better. Better governance at its best, and we shall get there by his grace.